I'm about to reveal in just a few minutes what it has taken me and many others over 30 years to discover. I will give you 7 of the most potent concepts for changing your life and creating a successful life for yourself and your loved ones. Let's get into it. What do capitalism and Hollywood have in common? They're both masters at selling us the illusion that happiness is a finish line, a prize we claim once we hit that magical milestone, your goal. Whether it's Hollywood promising, and they lived happily ever after, or companies pouring millions into ads convincing us their product is the missing piece to our life, we're constantly bombarded with the message that happiness is just one purchase or achievement away. So we keep running. We set our sights on goals, nabbing that big promotion, cruising in a flashy new car, buying that new house, because we've been sold the idea that these milestones will bring us happiness. But they don't. That initial thrill wears off, and soon we're off chasing the next shiny thing, convincing ourselves, I'll finally be happy when I get this one. Psychologists refer to this as the hedonic treadmill, the tendency for us to quickly revert to our usual level of happiness after reaching a goal, which keeps us chasing the next dopamine rush. This explains why the conventional idea of happiness is a mirage. It's not a trophy waiting at the finish line. Instead, real fulfillment comes from embracing and enjoying the process itself. What makes us chase these flashy things in the first place? It boils down to social hierarchy. Since we were kids, we crave being in the cool club to feel special. As grown-ups, the game continues, whether it's through social media flexing, career milestones, or other ways of fishing for validation. This instinct is hardwired into us for survival. Back in the day, getting rejected by your tribe wasn't just embarrassing, it could mean life or death. Even in the animal world, peacocks strut their flashy feathers to impress a mate. Humans, we're no different. We show off in various ways, hoping to win approval from friends, strangers, and love interests alike. But here's the kicker. It's a never-ending competition where the finish line keeps moving. No matter how high you climb, someone else will always be perched above you. And the biggest twist? Nobody's really paying attention. We spend so much time stressing over what others think, swiping our credit cards for things we don't need, grinding away at jobs that drain us, or carefully curating our social media to present a picture-perfect life. This constant pressure creates an invisible cage, trapping us from embracing who we truly are. But here's the reality. People don't think about you nearly as much as you assume. This is known as the spotlight effect, the mistaken belief that everyone is closely watching and dissecting our every move. In truth, we're all preoccupied with our own worries and insecurities. That cringeworthy moment from last week? Odds are, nobody even remembers. So stop holding yourself back. Do what genuinely excites you, not what you think will earn applause from others. Every decision you make is like choosing a path. By choosing one, you're automatically rejecting all the other options that could be. Life functions in the same way. You can do anything, but you can't do everything. When you decide to prioritize family, career, a business, or a passion, you are, by default, turning down other opportunities. If you choose to raise children and be an involved parent, for example, it might come at the expense of certain career dreams. But if that choice aligns with your deeper values, it's a trade-off worth making. That is a decision you must make for yourself. The crucial part is to select the path you'd be content with journeying on for the rest of your life, not necessarily the one that's marketed as the top choice. Once you've chosen your path, the real challenge begins. Showing up consistently, even when motivation runs dry. Success isn't built on dramatic, one-time efforts, but on small, repeated actions that stack up over time. We often admire the highlight reels, stories of people who seem to achieve greatness overnight, but what we don't see are the years of steady effort, the unglamorous grind that truly leads to success. Real progress comes from embracing the mundane, the repetition that gradually builds something remarkable. To put this into perspective, imagine a pond with a single water lily that doubles in size every day. If the pond is completely covered on day 30, when was it only halfway covered? Day 29. Most people underestimate how small, steady growth can lead to massive change. Just like success, it seems slow at first, then suddenly, it's everywhere. If there's one ability that you should apply this concept to, it's effective communication. It can completely reshape your life. You might be incredibly skilled in your field, but without the ability to articulate your ideas clearly, your expertise may go unnoticed. This is why, in many cases, less qualified candidates land jobs or promotions over more capable individuals, because they understand how to present themselves and convey their worth convincingly. No matter your industry, sharpening your communication skills is just as crucial as mastering your craft. Like any other skill, communication gets better with consistent effort. The best way to improve is by starting in low-pressure situations, building confidence, and then gradually challenging yourself with more demanding interactions. This method, often called exposure therapy, helps reduce fear and anxiety by slowly acclimating you to uncomfortable situations in a controlled way. Consistent effort is the goal, especially because motivation will inevitably run dry. But how can you make that consistent effort as easy as possible? One of the most powerful forces driving our actions is the desire to align with our self-perception. The identities we adopt, whether self-imposed or influenced by others, become invisible scripts that steer our behavior. For instance, if you've always been labeled as the introverted, quiet person, you'll instinctively act in ways that affirm that image. Many people struggle to change because they focus on adjusting their actions rather than reshaping their core identity. Think about the difference between saying, "I want to learn video editing this year," and saying, "I am a video editor." Which one do you think will lead to a better outcome? The person who sees themselves as a video editor will naturally apply themselves more, because for them, it's not just about achieving a goal, it's about who they believe they are. To create true, lasting transformation, embrace a new identity, and watch your actions follow suit. Happiness, as it's often sold to us, is nothing more than a moving target, an illusion that keeps us running in circles. We chase achievements, status, and material success, believing they will bring lasting fulfillment, only to find ourselves back at square one, searching for the next thing. The truth is, life isn't about reaching a final destination where happiness magically appears. Instead, it's about understanding the game being played, social hierarchies, the spotlight effect, and the choices we make, and then learning how to play it on your own terms. The key to a meaningful life isn't found in external validation, but in intentional decision-making, steady effort, and self-mastery. Small, consistent actions compound into extraordinary results, and the ability to communicate effectively will open doors you never imagined. Most importantly, true change comes when you stop setting temporary goals and start shaping a new identity. Because when you become the person you aspire to be, success follows naturally. So stop chasing illusions, choose your path wisely, commit to the long game, and own your identity.